Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It has been another hot minute. Today is Sunday, October 19th, 2025. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And again, sorry always for a delay in video. I have had a little bit of a rougher week recovering from surgery this week. So there's been just a lot of moving changes and work. Been working a lot too. So haven't had a lot of time to sit down and really record a video update. Surgery has been progressing really well. The pain has been, for the most part, pretty good. It gets better, I feel like, every day, a little bit by a little bit. Yesterday was really rough for some reason. I'm not sure what was going on, but I was in constant pain. So today, knock on wood, so far so good. So we're gonna roll with it. One thing I forgot to mention on my last video that was really interesting, I mentioned that I had to go off of my compounded Tirzepatide for 2 weeks before surgery. When I restarted it the day of surgery, it was almost like when you first start your GLP1. If you're a female, this applies to you possibly if you are still fertile and not in menopause. If you're a man, you can fast forward through this part. I'm sorry. One thing that it did when I restarted is I got a period instantly again. And I had just finished one, TMI, but I want to be honest with you guys about what happens. So I had another period. And then I think it was like 7 to 8 days later, I had another period. And then it was, probably about 5 days that I had one. I was off of it maybe about 2 weeks, and I had another one. So within almost a month's time, I had 3 menstrual cycles, and I totally had forgot that is something that happened to me at the very beginning when I started my GLP-1 journey. Is it whacked my periods and menstrual cycles completely out of whack for a while. And it was a little concerning at first because it was something I never knew about. Nobody had ever talked about. So I was a little worried that something else was going on because I am 43, I'm perimenopausal. So when I reached out to my weight loss doctor, he did confirm, yes, it can alter your menstrual cycle for a while, and you could get more frequent periods for a little bit. So it was almost like, oh my gosh, I had totally forgotten about that, that happening at the very beginning of my journey. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you do go off of it, or if you're just starting, so if you're just starting and like I said, you are of fertility age, or even perimenopausal, it can possibly affect your menstrual cycle, and you could have frequent periods for several weeks to even several months. So just hang in there because it does even back out. I know it's frustrating at the very beginning if it does happen because it was frustrating for me, but it does even back out. So I promise it's not forever, and it does get better. If you are just getting off of the medicine for a surgery or procedure and getting back on it after 2 weeks or longer, just be prepared that could happen to you again also. Just knowing that and prepping for it, I feel like makes it a little bit better because no one wants an unexpected surprise, right? So there is that. I still haven't been able to weigh, which I am fine with. I feel like I'm pretty much still able to, I'm not overeating, I'm not gouging or anything like that after surgery, which is nice. I'm still eating like normal things that I would eat, or I'm not eating an excessive amount of an item, whatever it is. So for lunch, I've had part of a chicken pot pie. I've maybe had a third, maybe. So my tastes haven't like gone crazy since I'm non-weight bearing and having to kind of stay in the bed. It's pretty much stayed the same, even if I was out and about. I'm not hungry a lot of times in the morning until 11 or 12 o'clock. So a lot of those things are staying the same. I've noticed, the same amount of suppression that I normally would get. I've been, eating my Greek yogurts and different things like that. So my tastes are still the same. I'm not overeating or gorging or trying to eat something that I'm not supposed to that's really bad and unhealthy. So I'm definitely thankful for the GLP-1s, especially after surgery recovery. And because I am homebound or bedbound, because I could not imagine if I did not have these GLP-1s right now and I was here, I would bored, I would be all kinds of things, especially on the weekends, right? That's when, if you're homebound or bedbound and you can't get out or you're sick or something, you want to gorge because you're bored. And I'm thankful for the GLP-1s because I don't care. And I'm not thinking about food constantly like I would be if I didn't have it. So another fun update is I was interviewed on GLP-1 Journey and Review. That should be coming out in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Lori did the interview. It was great. We had a great time talking. So that will be coming out. I will share that in the community posts when it becomes available, and I'll add it to the GLP-1 playlist so you can easily access it there. I'm really excited for it to come out, and hopefully a lot of folks resonate with it, because one thing that we did talk about was what was my favorite video. And you know, I mentioned a video that I wasn't necessarily proud of per se, because it wasn't a finest moment, and it was a brutal truth video. It was honesty, it was vulnerability, it was raw. And I've always made it a habit to be honest and real with you all, even if I don't want to post a video, because life is messy. Life has ups and downs. We all mess up. We make mistakes. We are guilty of things. And if I don't talk about it and other people don't talk about it, you feel like you're the only one that has that going on and that there's something wrong with you, when there's not anything wrong with you. Other people go through those things too. So you could tell which video I'm talking about if you're listening, and I kind of indicated a little part of the title in what I was just saying a minute ago, but I am proud of that video in a lot of different ways, because this vlogging has helped me to be real and honest. And I am normally honest, but also to be open and vulnerable about things when we don't want to be vulnerable. That's not part of us, right? We don't want to be vulnerable. We want to put on this persona, this face and this mask that everything is fine 24/7. Even on Facebook, Instagram, everything. We always post stuff like that, right? That everything is great. Everything is sunshine and rainbows, when in fact, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. We have the good days. We have the bad days. We have things that we mess up on. We have things that, go really well, but we have to talk about those things and normalize those things, that we are human. We do things that are human. We also come to aha moments and realizations from time to time on things that we've done wrong. And part of me, and always what I wanted for this channel, was to always be real and open and honest, because I want people to know that they're not alone. And I may mention something that someone's going through and they're like, I thought something was wrong with me. No, nothing's wrong with you. We're human. We have to give ourselves grace, but we also have to get back on. So that video will be coming out. Like I said, I will post it in the community group and on YouTube, and I will post about it in the GLP-1 playlist that I have. So trying to think what else has been going on. My son turns 10 tomorrow. Holy cow, double digits. I can't believe it. So we had a little party here for him at my mom's, and it was just family yesterday. Had him a little cake. He got to open his presents instead of a big party. So what else is going on? I have my follow-up with the surgeon, the actual surgeon, on November the 4th. So I'm anxious to see what he says. I'm sure he's going to be taking more x-rays, seeing how I am healing, and kind of go from there. I don't know at that point if I will be put in a different kind of like a boot and we start slowly weight bearing, or if I'll be in something else, or if he'll keep me in a cast a little bit longer. It's hard to say, especially with my stretchy ligaments. Never know. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Another big thing, I guess, that's happening sooner rather than later is I am moving back home. So I'm very excited to be moving back home. I've missed my family so much, and it's not the same having them here to visit because then they go home. And you know, I've really been so thankful and blessed to have the time here at my mom's to rest and recover, and she's been amazing with helping me through the recovery process. I couldn't have done it without her. So Mom, if you're watching, thank you. And I miss my girls. I miss my 2 dogs. I miss my home, and we're going to try to move me home and see how that goes. So I'm very excited that I'll be in the same house as my family and, you know, be able to recoup there some. But these first 3.5 weeks I have definitely made the right decision in moving in with my mom for that time period, because it has been a struggle. It's been pretty rough at times, and being on one floor of a house has been so much better, and no stairs has been amazing. So I am very I'm happy, but I'm also sad because this has been a great place for me to recover. My mom's bed that she got actually lifts up, so I'm actually kind of lifted up in the bed at the moment, and then it'll lay back down. My bed doesn't have that option at home, so that'll be interesting. But I'm just excited to kind of get back to my house and get back into being with my family and helping them out through the daily routines and just being there. So yeah, I'm supposed to do that Wednesday of this week. So really excited. That's October 22nd if you're watching later. So we're excited about that. This is my latest nightgown. I actually had a comfort gown or whatever lounging wear that I was wearing, but I forgot that it was a 3X. I had ordered it several years ago when we first went to Punta Cana, and I just grabbed stuff, you know, easy dresses when I came over here to my mom's to recover. And I was constantly having to pull this up, and, you know, big gap over here and stuff like that. So I was looking at this and on Amazon, and it goes almost down to my ankles. And it was saying, you know, an extra large fits you best just based on different things. And I was like, okay, I'll go with it. Actually, it's too big. So as you can tell, these fall down. They are not ones that you can tighten, but these are constantly falling down. There's a lot of room, and there's still quite a bit of room right here. And as you can see, you don't pay any attention to my fat, but yes, there's quite a bit of room. And this is stretchy, but still, like, look guys, this is a lot right there. So I could probably go down to a larger medium in that one, which is awesome. I am anxious to see what I weigh. I am hoping I'm still in the 250s. I would not expect to be 270 or higher. I hope to God not. I feel like everything has been smooth sailing with weight and appetite and eating. So unless it's fluid and inflammation from my foot, which I do have a ton of swelling, I could not expect to be in that weight range. So hopefully I'm still in the 250s. I don't know how and when I'll get to weigh eventually, but right now this is just going to be a journey about my week and how the things are going and what's new, and we will talk about weight loss when we can talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and end today's update. It's very short. I do want to get into some topics when I get back home where I can just kind of sit and write them up and talk about them a little bit more in depth. But if you have a question or topic that you'd like to talk more about, definitely drop it in the comments or shoot me an email. My email will be listed in the description below. Thank you so much for just watching and supporting me during my journey. I want to support you in your journey as well. So reach out or comment if you have any questions or concerns with your journey. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And don't forget to just be kind to yourself. We'll talk soon.